Okay, y'all, I'm back, and I was just laughing at what we're gonna hit on the second part of this video. So if you can see by the title, it's differences and difference is. And another reason I was laughing is because he actually gave me Differences by Genuine the beginning of June, which was, you know, what we called Hell Week. And if I'm being honest with y'all, I later realized some of that was like my fault, but God still used it for good. Like, you gotta see all of it. You gotta see they demons. They gotta see your demons. They gotta see you angry and upset. They gotta, like, he had to see me be a control freak. He had to see my feelings hurt, and I had to see his feelings hurt and him. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta see all that. How else would you know? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, how else would you know? Okay, so we're gonna hit Differences first by Genuine, and then we're gonna hit Difference Is with Lil Durk and Summer Walker, but we're really going over there for the Summer Walker part. And I had already wrote it down to do the video like this, but then the other day I had reshared the After the Pain Rain video, and I said Difference Is, and they're like 4 different times. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it this week, you know? So it was a lot of confirmation in that video. If you didn't watch it, I'll reshared it to the community post. But let's hit Differences by Genuine. This one was really reminding me of the You Changed Me Baby, Jamie Foxx and Chris Brown song that we did a couple weeks ago, and a number of other things. It's just so interesting how he gives me songs, and literally it'll either be stuff that I've been told or stuff that I have said or thought myself, and then it'll confirm what God has been, you know, also telling me, because that's usually what happens. Like, God will tell me something, then he'll say, I told y'all this before, but a lot will be confirmed through my kingdom spouse. And then even with Difference Is, I had posted that to my story one day, the lyrics on like some post they had, and he swiped up, and I thought that was funny because I had already caught some stuff from the song anyways. So anyways, let's hit the Genuine part first. So this is the chorus. My whole life has changed, okay? Which we just hit that on the Music Soul Child. Since you came in, I knew back then. Now that's a difference, right? But I think this still speaks to something. You could know, but still go astray. You could know and still not make the decisions that, you know, your heart, when it is in the right place, is being led to make, right? Like, you could be scared, okay? So I knew back then you were that special one, but you might not have known why they were special to you, right? You know, you just didn't want to go through the process of being with them. You didn't want to make different changes. You just did. You know, you could have known, and you could have been like, no, thanks, God, you know? So my whole life has changed since you came in. I knew back then you were that special one. I'm so in love, so deep in love. You make my life complete. You complete me in parentheses. This part. Remember, Eve was made from Adam's rib that God took out of him, right? But when I was reflecting on the lyrics earlier, I can only speak for me as a woman, but I truly had felt misplaced, right? Like, I feel like I'm where I fit now, where I belong, and that matters. Like, you make my life complete. That's from the male perspective. But being in their life, serving as their helpmate, loving them, like, that makes us feel complete as well, because that's where we came from, okay? Like, you are his missing rib. You make my life complete. You are so sweet, and I pray that they're telling y'all that, right? Like, you are so sweet. No one competes. Already released that on the community post. Like, there is none like you in their life. You are the one and only. Okay? The one and only. There's nobody else like you. No one competes. Now, what's really funny is I'm almost certain I just said that. And so when I get the lyric, like, he gave me this in June, but sometimes, you know, like, you know how much music I listen to? Like, you don't be knowing where anything is coming from, and I never know when God gonna bring stuff back around. So no one competes. There's no contest, okay? Tinashe, I ain't here for no contest when it comes to loving you. Some of y'all may know that, some of y'all may not. Glad you came into my life. You blind me with your love. With you I have no sight. Now, this part earlier made me laugh because there may have been a couple times where I was like, God, if you got to blind them on the road to Damascus, go ahead and do that, right? Like, go ahead and do what you need to do, okay? You blind me with your love. With you, I have no sight. But really meaning that's all I see. right? Like I don't even see nothing else. Like, okay. And like always, this is still reflective of our relationship with God, okay? But with this one, it really was like heavy on the kingdom spouse, but it should always be reflective of the kingdom, okay? So, girl, you open me, I'm wide open. And I know I put that in the video already because I told y'all something I was working on. I had used wide open in there, okay? Girl, you open me, I'm wide open, and I'm doing things I never do. I might as well throw this in here too because I'm not going to release this as a prophetic word. But Ariana Grande positions, she said something like that at the end. Okay, but I'm doing things I never do. But I feel so good. I feel so good. Why it takes so long. Me finding you. This is my story, and I'm telling you, it's not fiction. It's surely a fact. I was like, get out of here. Like, you've been having me going in on that, right? About like, you can't take nobody's story from them. And this will tie into the next song, right? The next video. But fiction means not real. So he's saying it's not fiction. It's surely a fact, right? This is my story, and I'm telling you that, period. This my story, this his story, this our story, okay? It's not fiction, it's surely a fact. Without you right here having my back, hello, covering as a wife, I really don't know just where I'd be at. But I feel the same way too if we were to flip this vice versa. Like, things would not be playing out like this, right? Like, your spouse having your back in the spirit, game changer. All right, game changer. That covering changes everything. Without you right here having my back, I really don't know where I'd be at. And it don't just have to be that either. Just like literally having your back, okay, in all meanings of the sense, okay. Support, encouragement, there even when I'm wrong, when I mess up, just having my back, okay, looking out for me, seeing what I might not necessarily be able to see. Here, Pete said, my whole life has changed. And I know I have. I be in deep reflection all the time, y'all. But like where I am today versus where I was at last year, and especially the year before that, like my whole life literally has changed. And something my mama always tells me is like, I love who you are, like when he's in your life, like when exactly, okay. My whole life has changed, but that's alignment. And so it brings in different favor and grace. Like it just does, okay. It just does, okay. My whole life has changed since you came in. I knew back then you were that special one. I'm so in love, so deep in love. You make my life complete. You are so sweet, no one competes. Glad you came into my life. You blind me with your love. With you, I have no sight. Let me stop and throw something in here too. You are so sweet, no one competes. I had a dream that was very much so just given like the spouse was being very sweet and attentive. And it was also going completely off script. I don't know if y'all have seen Atlanta ATL, but it's like the house party scene, and T.I. definitely grabs Lauren London's hand and is like, oh, okay, well, believe this, and walk off with her because the other girl, which you could argue is the counterfeit, whatever, she was like, she couldn't believe how he was acting, like, you really gonna do me like that, da 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 da. And he was like, oh, okay, believe this, and walked off with Lauren London. That happened in a dream too. Like, very, very attentive and sweet towards me, but then the other girl was like, okay, so I don't know who need that, and I guess I'm gonna make a separate video about that, but I'm gonna throw that in there because you are so sweet, no one competes. It's okay, more than okay, for a man to be nice, sweet to you, take care of you. I know I got a sweetheart, and not in no soft, feminine way like that. Like I had, like, we're gonna get to that at the end, but like he is sweet to me, and that's how it should be, vice versa. Okay? So not just one way with us just being sweet to them and no comparison. It's the same thing the other way. So come on, bring it, Genuine. He says, I analyzed myself. I was buck wild. I analyzed myself. I was buck wild. To analyze yourself, that means you having to sit down and reflect too as well, okay? Never thought about settling down. What we said. Cause you changed me, baby. Said I never settled down. I met you, girl. Look at me now. Right? Same thing. But all the time, I knew I was ready. But not with all my friends around. And that speaks to something totally different that God be talking to me about. But he gonna reveal different things to them the same way he had to reveal them to us, okay? Remember, there'll be people that will try to be a part of your kingdom, sit at the throne of your kingdom when that's the spot reserved for your spouse. You supposed to be one with your spouse. You supposed to be clinging to your spouse, okay? But all the time I knew I was ready, but now with all my friends around, the people around you could be in your ear telling you live and move a whole different way. The whole time you knew you was ready, right? So that's just seeking approval, validation from everybody else. But God gonna deal with them, okay? But girl, I put you first now, right? Because you can put being buck wild first. You can put certain lifestyles first. You can put your friends and them first. And that's not who a man is supposed to put first. He's supposed to put his wife first because that's his one flesh. She gonna care about everything you care about. And that's who you're supposed to build with. And vice versa. After God, of course. But God. Thank you, Jesus. But girl, I put you first now. You made me, helped mold me. Right? Because it's really God. But God is using you to get to his son. Okay? Remember, we can't change them. That's what we talked about in the You Change Me Baby word. God pricks the heart of men. But he may be using us to do just that, okay? Turn me into a man. I'm so responsible and I owe it all to you. Though this relationship is turning them into godly men and husbands, the same way the relationship has helped to turn us into godly women and wives. Okay? Just beautiful. So because I go ahead and mention Ivory in the next video, I could also see how this could be talking about your child, or like for a man, his daughter. And I've already told y'all that a lot of y'all are going to be having his first daughter. My mama had my daddy's first daughter. It was me. Okay? And that usually does change some things for a man. He has to sit down and think about how he treated women because, oh my gosh, I have a daughter. Right? So that's definitely worthwhile throwing into this word. See? Okay. God has blessed me, baby. Okay? Girl, he was so good to me when he sent you. That's how he should feel. That's how you should feel. They are truly a gift. To share in life with them is a gift. Like, once I read that scripture, I was like, that makes sense, right? God has blessed me, baby. He was so good to me when he sent you. They know that. They know that. Just like you know that. They see you as a gift, okay? I'm so happy. I'm so happy, baby. Oh, yes, I am. That was me, like, in May prior to what we called Hell Week. And I think it took me a second to kind of bounce back from that, but it was still like not a, like a, you know, like a just sorting through it. But I am, and I was like just happy. Like, I'm just happy, right? Like, you make me happy. So, and vice versa. Share my world. Come and share my world, baby. I just said that it's a gift to share in this life with them, okay? And that's where they're at. That's where we should be at. Like, when I told y'all God said perfect harmony, he meant that. Like, I can feel him pulling me into some places I ain't never been. I'm like, he must be over there because why am I? What is this about? Perfect harmony, okay? And we're going to get to one of those things in the next song. Well, difference is the next part of the video. But share my world. Come and share my world, baby. They want that. Oh, whoa, yeah. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. I'm addicted to your love, baby. And then he repeats it. And that's it. My whole life has changed since you came in. I knew back then you were that special one. I'm so in love, so deep in love. You make my life complete. You are so sweet. No one competes. Glad you came into my life. You bought me with your love, but you I have no side. All right, so that wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. So let's switch gears real quick to Lil Durk and Summer Walker. So I think I low-key had already referenced this part that he says in another video. I remember in my video I said, I don't know, Lil Durk said that in one of them songs, but I didn't know what song it was. So I'm truly not going to do all of his part because this is not one of those songs. But I do want to hit Summer Walker's part. So one of the things he says in here that's worth mentioning in this context right here is the don't let her see the other side. I be with the demons. Okay, that's the part I had referenced in a whole nother video. Okay, but okay, let me tell y'all why I'm sharing this song in addition to that with this. For some of us, and I've said this before, we are truly called to unions that are God ordained. Pretty girl meets gangsta. Let me elaborate, okay? I just seen this thing on Instagram, so I love John Gabbana. Sir Gabbana on Instagram, he releasing a new song, shared it to my story, and the religious spirits was trying to come at him in his comments like, you you mentioned like a gun in a song and da 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 da, and the first thing that came to my mind was, have y'all not read Psalms? Have y'all not read how David be talking? David was about that life. David was a man of war, okay? God is a God of war, okay? So I had already kind of peeped that. Remember, the religious police was out again. And the next post he made, John Gabbana had on a shirt that said, I'm saved, not soft. Exactly. And prior to when he even released that song, I was telling y'all about this other song with D1 and them called My Brothers. And it's talking about how the church don't want to see the gangsters get saved. Okay? Saved, not soft. Also, doesn't mean you're just out here, you're being evil, violent, and all of that. Like, but when it comes to defending, protecting, and all that, I would prefer my man be about that life anyways. Not like crazy. And okay, let's throw this in as a wife pro tip. You never want to instigate or put him in a position where that part of him has to come out, right? Because that's innate in a lot of men. Also, mind you, David couldn't receive some blessings, and it had to be Solomon because too much blood was shed, okay? So God still expects a level of stuff, but you're not automatically just like not a man of God and stuff because you are not soft, okay? And a lot of them have testimonies and talk about what it was like when they was about that life, because it gets to the people who are about that life, just like Toby and Fat and them. Toby don't be out here encouraging us or encouraging people to just be out here at folks, but if it come down to protecting the kingdom, okay, protecting what's mine, like all the instruction David did receive from the Lord, right, to go and get what was his back or to defend his territory. Okay, so I was just over here like, hey, like, I bet David had a hard time for from these folks because he was a man after God's own heart. Not only was he about that life and kind of like that, he also loved the ladies. Okay, so I can share this song because one, I want to share this song, but because God has told me different things through the song, right, and it's been confirmed. Okay, so I want to throw that out there. Some of us really are about to be in or it might not look like right, but I've already said that, right? But also that happens a lot anyways. Why is it always like that? Beauty and the Beast. Is God ordained? Pretty girl meets gangster. God is 1,000% in it. God is 1,000% with the both of them, with the both of us. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. Pharisees don't gotta understand it. All right, which let's keep going. It really is all about heart posture and how the Holy Spirit flow through you. It really is. Okay? So, don't let her see the other side. I be with the demons. All right. But I seen the demons. I saw the other side. And you gonna have to. You gonna have to. How else would you know? Right? So, okay. Hold on. So, the chorus is, the difference is, my girl bad and she killing them. And so, okay, let me throw this in here too. A lot of the time, I listen to music like that because I'm about that life in the spirit. Y'all know I'm violent in the spirit. I just am. It makes sense. It just does. So my girl bad and she killing them. I'm a whole demon assassin out here. I know he meant killing them like applying pressure, all of that, but I saw it two ways, right? She bad and she killing them. Okay? And also, dream last night, new weapons alert. Okay? Love when I have those type of dreams. Because again, I'm about that life in the spirit. All right. And the difference is we don't put the world in our business still. One, privacy, the art of being out the way and stuff. God been stressing that to me. Like, there's a way to do everything. And I'm like, why we running back through this lesson like this? He's bringing us into perfect harmony. That's something he already understands. Okay? I have to understand that. We don't put the world in our business. But again, twofold. What we got going on, this ain't what the world put together. This isn't as the world explains or defines. It's God. We don't put the world in our business. Okay? Somebody had just said the Pharisee, that spirit is a spirit that killed Jesus. Exactly. If the world hated Jesus first, we already knew it was going to hate us. And I've already had so many dreams where I'm fighting people because they're being judgmental towards him or towards us. Okay? Like, it ain't new to me. The world in our business. Okay? Meaning you can say you love Jesus, but you act like you hate him because you're trying to control or stop the flow of the Holy Spirit. We can't afford to put the world in our business. The world is going to hate us. Okay? We can't afford to put the world in our business. All right, so that's really only parts for... Oh, and then he repeats, my girl a rider, my girl a rider. That's why all of us like it anyways, because we really have been out here on some ride or die with them. Gang, gang. Okay? That's what it is. And why we ride or die about God. It's all a reflection from heaven. Everybody wants somebody that's going to be gang, gang, ride or die about them, right? Everybody low-key wants it. We don't actually want to be out here in no crazy situations, but that's what we want. Why? Because that's how it is with God, good or bad. For better or for worse, that's what we doing, okay? That's where that comes from. People try to paint it like, oh, y'all so weird for wanting that as a relationship goal, da-da-da-da-da. Not really. That's what happens with the kingdom. Again, we don't put the world in our business still, okay? And then my girl, a rider. Like he said that 100 times. So let's hit the Summer Walker real quick. I'm a ride for my baby. There ain't nothing wouldn't do for you. I pull up, won't leave you hanging. You know I'll give my heart, boy, if I'm comfortable. These lyrics might be wrong because I just said something that's not on here. Well, they're not helping me, and I'm back hard for hearing. So Apple Music says that you know I'll get mine, boy, if I'm comfortable. I don't know why I thought she would say, you know, I'll get my heart, boy, if I'm comfortable. But whatever, okay? That's the point, though. We are comfortable with them, okay? And you know how I get, boy, I'm possessive. That's that righteous jealousy for your spouse, okay? Don't want to share them. You don't got to share me, all right? And you know how I get, boy, I'm possessive. I don't want no other girl to touch up on my best friend. We did that months ago. In love with our best friends. You show me how it feels when they deserve you and cherish these moments right. When they actually deserve you. I've been reflecting on how I used to move in the places where I wasn't supposed to be. And it be blowing my mind. Like, hey, they never did anything to deserve that. I know what I was on. I know what I was treating them. And they actually might feel the same way towards me. Maybe. I don't think so, but that's... But you show me how it feels when they deserve you, okay? And cherish these moments. That's what he wanted. Because the difference is you ain't no blank. And I didn't hit that in the video before because I keep it real with y'all. Like, we done dated the ones who had them tendencies. So if you know the song, you know what I just bleeped out right there. But, like, that's the difference. This ain't that. The difference between abuse and assignment is God, okay? That's the difference. You ain't one of them, and I'm feeling it. I'ma ride out, whip it, play it, I'll flip it. Now, what he wanted me to hit on that part was multiplication. And, just the fruitfulness of, like, that man know you gonna multiply whatever he give you, whether it's money, whether it is the seed, whatever, that is gonna be fruitful, whatever he give you. Play it and I'll flip it, meaning getting more for it. And in the dream, I think we both been kind of big on that, but in that dream last year that led me back, like, he was calling the play. Got me in on the play. So play it, I'll flip it. We got forever to go. That's the part I posted to Instagram. I think what the picture said was we don't put the world in our business still. The difference is we don't put the world in our business still. And then when I posted it, I had put we got forever to go. Yeah. And then mine swiped up. And I was like, haha, that's funny. Because God had already been talking to me through the song a little bit. And then I had posted it. And then he seen it. And I was like, okay. So... yeah, the difference is my girl bad and she killing them. The difference is we don't put the world in our business still. It was something else I was going to throw in there real quick. I might hit it in the next one. Yeah. All right, so that's it, y'all. Differences and difference is.